This is Mr. Gillum, and today we're going to be looking at an example problem from page 125 in your practice problem solving book, and it has to do with positive and negative numbers. The thermometer shows the temperature outdoors at noon. The temperature at midnight was the opposite of the temperature at noon. Beth says that the temperature at midnight was negative 40 degrees. Is Beth correct? Explain your reasoning. It also says to show your work. Use a model, positive and negative numbers, and words to explain your answer. So I'm going to be looking for these three things: a model, positive and negative numbers, and words to explain the answer. So that's going to be your requirement to do on the back of this paper. All those things need to be covered. It shows the picture of the thermometer here, and how a thermometer works is however much of this mercury or arsenic or whatever they have in here nowadays, however high that it goes, that represents the temperature outside. And so 20 is what the temperature currently is. Now it says here that the temperature at midnight was the opposite of the temperature at noon. So this thermometer is representing the temperature at noon right now. So we think it is 20 degrees. It is currently 20 degrees. Last night it was the opposite of 20 degrees. And so to model, let's draw a number line. And I think that you already have a number line on your paper, so if you could just follow along with me and mark up your number line the same way. I'm going to mark it 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. There's 40, there's 20, and we'll do the opposite as well. There's negative 40, negative 20. Now, Beth believes that the temperature at midnight was negative 40 degrees. So apparently Beth thinks that the opposite of 20 is negative 40. So we are here to prove Beth wrong because we know that that is not the case. And to do that, we can model. So the opposite of 20, here's where we currently are. We are 20 spaces past 0. The opposite is represented by 20 spaces in the other direction of 0. And you can see here that we actually are not at negative 40 like Beth thought. We are actually at negative 20. Okay, so that would be representing, using a number line, the opposite value of 20. You can see that we are 20 to the right and 20 to the left of 0. Those are called opposite numbers. There are some words already explaining that as well on your paper, but it also says to use positive and negative numbers. So maybe you could model it like this. You could say, okay, if 20 degrees is the right now, the opposite would be negative 20. So that word opposite refers to negativity. Okay, so immediately the opposite of positive 20 would be negative 20. Okay. In words, and this is a good model example in your book, it says that I know the opposite of a number is the number that is the same distance from 0 in the opposite direction on a number line. So I can use the number line to see that the opposite of 20 is negative 20. 20 is 20 units to the right of 0 on the number line, and negative 20 is 20 units to the left of 0 on the number line. So the temperature at midnight was negative 20 degrees. Beth was incorrect. The temperature was not negative 40 degrees. So make sure we're answering both parts of the questions. Is she correct? Nope, she is not correct. And then explain your reasoning, and I believe that's already on your paper as well. It was 20 degrees, not negative 20, not negative 40. I do want you to take a look at all the distances when we're talking about how far something is away from 0. Negative 20 is not negative 20 away from 0. Negative 20 is still just 20 units away from 0. We do not refer to distance as a negative number, so I will mark points off for that if you do that on your quiz. This is still a distance. This is a distance of 20. It is not a distance of negative 20. This is a distance of 20. It is not a distance of negative 20. Okay, any distances are always positive values because there is space in between. Okay, so we do not describe distance ever as a negative number. That's going to be important. Okay, so I hope you listen to the very end of the video because I don't want you to miss points on anything. Distance is always described as a positive number. All right, that's it for today.